Table of Specification. Welcome once again. Previously, we have looked at the learning planner, how to populate it. We have looked at assessment also. Now let's look at the Table of Specification. If you have been going through the assessment handbook, you realize that there's something we call a Table of Specification. And if you have noticed carefully, it is appendixed at mid-semesters and end-of-semester examination weeks. What is a Table of Specification? It is a detailed and systematic plan for assessing learners or learning outcome. It ensures that evaluations are comprehensive, valid, and reliable. It also ensures that the assessments cuts across all DOK levels so that there's no bias. Table of Specification is created for only the mid-semester and end-of-semester examinations. Let's look at the features of Table of Specification. It has some columns and rows. Let me pull up one for you to see. In the columns, we have the weeks of teaching, learning objectives, the cognitive levels, that is the DOK levels 1 to 4. There's also a column for assessment type. The assessment types in general science are the MCQ, essay, and practical. Every subject or learning area has its own assessment types. You can check it from the Table of Specification sample in your assessment handbook. Note that there are percentages for the DOK levels. Level 1 is 30%. Level 2 is 40%. And levels 3 and 4 together are 30%. What does this mean? It means that the total number of questions or assessment tasks that you set under level 1 for all the topics should make up 30% of the total number of questions. The total number of questions in level 2 column should be 40% of the total number of questions. For levels 3 and 4, they make 30% together of the total questions you set. You can make level 3 to be 20%, whilst level 4 is 10%. The idea is that divide the 30% percentage between the two of them as you wish. There is a last column, which is the total of all the number of questions for each focal area. Now let's look at the rows. The rows have the focal area, that is the topic or the learning indicate for each week. Each focal area is further divided into the assessment types. Benefits of the Table of Specification. It ensures a comprehensive coverage of the learning areas to avoid bias. It makes sure that the assessment is valid and reliable. It helps you to effectively plan and organize your assessment. It also enhances transparency and accountability. Now let's look at a real example of a Table of Specification and how you can create your own. First, list all the weeks, plus the focal area or topic you covered for each week. Remember, don't include any topic you have not covered or asked the learners to read on. That will be unfair. Secondly, list the assessment types in rows just after each focal area. Thirdly, and more importantly, decide on the total number of questions you want to set. Take note that sub-questions are considered as independent questions. Now focus your attention on the various DOK levels in their columns. Level 1 must have 30% of the total questions. If you decide to set 20 questions, 30% will be 6 questions. This means that spread the questions for all the focal area, making sure that they sum up to 6 questions. Repeat this action for all the DOK levels. Level 2 will have 8 questions, which is 40% of the total questions, and levels 3 and 4 together will have 6 questions, which is 30% of 20 questions. Your next action is to write down the total number of questions for each week in the last vertical column. This is at your right-hand side, labeled Total. The bottom of the table of specification also has totals there, so write the total number of questions in each column of the DOK levels. Note that when you add all the numbers in the totals column, you should get the total number of questions that you decided to set. Otherwise, there is a mistake in calculation somewhere, so you have to go over it again. Now your table of specification is done. You should note that, though week 6 is for mid-semester examination, there will still be teaching and learning at week 6. That is why there is a learning indicator at week 6 in the teacher manual. This is because mid-semester examinations only takes a few minutes or hours to complete and not a whole day or week for the school. Table of specification for mid-semester should cover weeks 1 to 5 focal areas. End of semester examination usually takes a week or 2. There are templates of table of specifications in your teacher manual. Take a look at them and try to create your own. To make your work easier, design your learning planner, assessment tasks, and table of specification before the semester begins. This will help reduce stress. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos. Your comments are welcomed at the YouTube comment section. Thank you for watching.